Howdy, how y'all doing? This is George the Fearless Rambler, doing off-grid, and I'm hoping you guys are having a wonderful day. We finally made it up to our property after a long winter, and we're gonna take a few minutes and try to get it set up. And if you're interested in that particular story, come join us. And we're up here at our property to set up our off-grid cabin, at least to see how it handled the winter. It appears that we can get up here now. Now we still have snow in the mountains and snow on our property. We're pretty high in altitude, so it took a while for that snow to melt. But we got up here about a week ago. We visited for about an hour, but now it's time to sit there and get some work done on this cabin. And you know what? That's been a day up here and getting it set up for the summer. Spring is upon us, and now it's time to check out our cabin. Will I be happy or will I be sad? Let's go ahead and go in here. Oh yeah, it looks like our bunkhouse. So let's look for some damage and see if there's anything wrong. It's a long winter without us. Let's go and get some light in here. Yeah, no electricity, no light yet. We're going to get our solar system set up today, and that's probably the most important thing, at least what my goals are today. Let's go ahead and get some light in here. Oh, the old-fashioned way. Light by Mother Nature. Pull these up. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes and look around this bunkhouse and see if there's any winter damage. You know, really I'm looking for cracks in the ceiling, you know, from the weight of the snow, or if there's any leakage of the roof. And so the ceiling should show some water damage if there was. So let's take a quick look. Now what I'm looking for is some cracks in the ceiling, or some ceiling, there's some water damage, you know, because if I have a hole in the roof and water's dripping through, I should see it here on the ceiling, or any cracks if there's any snow load problems. I don't think we did because we didn't have the snow load we had a few years ago. So this is any rodent damage. And I don't see any rodents getting in here. I didn't see any left tracks, you know, the little poopies and stuff like that. So it looks pretty dang good still. So that's a good sign that we don't have much winter damage here, at least on the inside. We do have a few insects and moths, at least dead ones. Those are probably left over from last fall or winter. Spider web, small one. So far, not too bad. You got some cleanup to do, but that's kind of normal when you're gone for the winter. Not displeased at all. Now before I start filming today, I did clean off the porch area. I stored a few things there. One thing I stored here was the barbecue. So the barbecue was here in front of the door, and I just slid it over and put the barbecue here on the side of the bunkhouse. And the other thing I did is I had right in the front here on the porch a little bench. I do need to rework that bench. It looks like I lost some paint, but yeah, I went ahead and put it here on the side of the house here too. Also, before I went ahead and started filming the bunkhouse, I removed the picnic table so I could get in. Now, before I left for the winter, we taped this up so insects, or at least the weather, would not get into the vent to our heater. But before I can turn the heater on, I need to clean this all out, so let's go do that. Just a reminder, as I'm cleaning off this vent, you also need to check all of your gas lines for any leaks or damage. Replace or repair the gas line as needed. Just remember, better safe than sorry. And there it is. I got it all cleaned off. I just need to go ahead and get that heater turned on. It appears to handle the winter pretty good as I took off this tape. The silicone isn't cracked, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape, so no work on that today. Last year I built this solar shed here, and I call it the powerhouse, but it can be called anything you want it to have. And also holds some tools in here, and I need to see if that oh, there goes a deer. Wow. Last year I built this solar shed, or the powerhouse, and I took a good summer to get it up and going and get my solar system within this little box. Why I did that is because I was getting tired of putting it up and taking it down every winter. So everything is set up there. I got squirrels running around me. They're happy at spring, and I'm also happy at spring because I get to go ahead and move up here to our off-grid bunkhouse. Now I will be doing a small video about how I built this solar shed. You know, the good old, I don't know what to call it. If you have any good ideas what I should call it, hey, comment below. Should it be called the solar shed? Should it be called the powerhouse? Should it just be called tool shed? Yeah, just tell me, I'd like to know. I just can't figure out a name for it. One of the last things I put in last year was this lock. I was using this up here to keep it shut, open and shut, but I wanted a key to lock it up throughout the winter. And again, that got put in, and it seems to work pretty good. As we look at this, I want to see how it handled the winter. And again, I'm going to look up here on the ceiling and look for water damage. And I absolutely see no water damage today. So yeah, it handled the winter pretty good. So I can keep my equipment in here during the winter. And this power box right here, or my system, holds in my inverter, my MPPT, of course, my breakers to protect all the wiring in here. Now this area I've built for the batteries, and right now it's set up for 8 100 amp hour batteries. I've been running 4, but I built it for 8. Now this little dude is for my cell phone. Now I'm one of the lucky ones here that can get cell phone service here. I do need to put this booster up there, but if I put it way up there on top of the roof, and even higher than that, I get a bit of cell phone. I can text most of the day, and certainly I get some phone calls, and once in a while I'll get some 4 or 5G up here, but not enough to run a computer or anything, just enough that I can maybe, view my YouTubes.
Now for those that have not been following my videos, the bathroom could not be in our bunkhouse because it was under 600 square feet, but the county allows us to build one on a trailer under a land use permit. So we finished this full functional 3/4 bath with a nice hot shower.
This bathroom, we need to see if it handled the winter too. Again, I just built this from scratch. So this bathroom trailer has been set up like any other trailer. Got my power and brake lines right here. I have electrical coming in here if I need it, and that's going to be 110. The water lines come in here, and down here I got the trailer septic coming out into the dump area right there. The nice thing about having a bathroom on the trailer is I can move it anywhere on my property as long as I got my septic there. And I got several locations where I have septic, so I can move it there, put it in place, and have that bathroom available. Let's go ahead and check out the bathroom. You can see I stored my LPG gas containers in here. Checking again for damage. And I see no damage here. Nope. The door closes on me. Notice back here for the hot and cold water, that all needs to get reset back in. I drained the lines. Had to do that. And I'm not going to put those up today because I'm not going to be up staying the night, nor do I need a shower. Other than that, everything looks pretty good. We come up on our property here. We have to look at some winter damage here. And you can see we got plenty of firewood down through the winter. So we need to come up here and start digging out all these trees and bring them down because that's a fire hazard. So usually every winter you'll find out with aspens, they have a tendency of replenishing themselves. They die, a new one grows up.
Now, if you're getting any value out of this video, do me a favor and buy me a Dr. Pepper. The link is below. Or at least subscribe and hit that notification bell. And share out this video. I'd appreciate it. Let's go ahead after my lunch here and do a little bit more fixing up and getting ready for the summer. So throughout the summer, we like to keep our porch lit up. So we just put up some of these solar-powered outdoor string lights that turn on at dusk.
Let's go ahead and get some lights up here. So it looks like someone's home. So these will go on the porch. Right here, gets put up right there. These are just small lights. I can't remember if I got them at Costco or if I bought them at. Oh, notice this one here. Let me pull this back out. This one right here has a big dent in it. A moose bit it. It's really weird. Thing on the other side, and a moose came up and actually bit this. It was a young moose. I take it as just seeing if it was food or not. And it probably found out it wasn't food, but just kind of interesting. Yep, just kind of send it all through.
All I used to hang these lights were some 2.5-inch 304 stainless steel screw-in eye hooks. Whoa, that was hard to say.
So really I just hook this around, take that cord and put it through. It's every other one of these. Put my pants up there, because I don't want to do the plumber thing.
What I mean by the plumber thing, I'm talking about showing some butt crack. No one wants to see that.
That's battery in the way there. There we go. And that'll go right. Let me go on this side. Here. And this one. And the very last one. Right there. Oh, got him. There it is. Let's hope it works. I think I got it up. Woohoo!
Now since those lights are up, let's go ahead and get my solar power set up for the summer. That's a fun job to do. Again, I built this shed to store my solar system during the winter, so let's get these panels out of there. I'm going to go ahead and wire them up today, but I will be installing them on the roof. That's going to be another day and a different video. It's going to take more than one of me to do that. It takes two. Today I'm setting up 400-watt solar panels that I got at Harbor Freight, and then it's going to be expanded to 6 when I get it onto the roof. Of course, my nemesis are these cables and wires. This cable harness I made up last year for 4 panels is just a rat's nest. That's how I stored them. You think this is bad? Wait till I show you how I do this cable and harness rat nest for 6 panels. Yeah, that's going to be fun. But for now, this is how I have it designed and the power going into my MPPT.
So I got all wired up. Don't have these in place yet. Got the electricity going through. A minute ago, I had one line reversed. I had to get it changed. And let's check it out now and see what we got. Check it on. Battery should turn on solid. That should be solid, saying the batteries are full and that I got full charge coming in. Blinking just means it's charging. Just turn that on. I got 13.7 volts.
I don't know if you can see what's going on with my solar system. I have 21.8 amps coming through my panels at 13.8 volts at my batteries. That's not too bad for not setting up my panels in the optimum position. Now this button turns on my inverter, making my 120 volt runs live. I now have power to my refrigerator, and which I'm going to keep off for right now, but it will work. After doing these fun activities, I got my 12 volt system going, my 120 volt system going, so there's no need to use my generator. Let's put that away for the season.
Now this has sure been a fun day up here, seeing the winter damage and fixing up the solar. I do appreciate everybody for joining us today. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me 2 thumbs up, because this is George the Fearless Rambler, ready to do the water system, signing off.